Pain is our greatest teacher. It's our greatest lesson, and it's very necessary. That's how we learn, evolve, and grow and heal. Pain is sacred. And so even if you try your best to not inflict it on others, universe will find a way for you to carry that pain and, inflict it on people without even trying. You didn't even try. Some of you even communicated, hey, I'm still thinking about someone else. You didn't come on to them. You were very defensive. You didn't want them to touch you, or you said no. And these people still got in la la land, and they still ended up brokenhearted. So sometimes you really have no control, because we aren't in control. Divine is in control. It's like people were happy that someone had ghosted you, or you ghosted your person, or someone blocked you, or you blocked them. People were happy about this. So you guys were opening up to people. I see somebody here opening up to a bunch of different people, telling them what's going on in their life, what's happening in their relationship. Oh, someone ghosted me, or I blocked them. We're not speaking anymore, and people were happy about this. And these very people were excited, dreaming, oh, maybe now I can have a chance with this person. We have wish fulfillment, we have a relationship, but we do have a lot of people down and out over this. So it's almost like have compassion, because you guys were once in their position. You know what this feels like. You know what it feels like to have people be happy and together, and you weren't picked, or they didn't, they played you, or they left you, and then now they're happy with someone else. A lot of people are going to have to heal over this. You may have hung out with people, you may have talked with different people, but it wasn't like that, because you guys were both very defensive. Empress, you could have been defensive because you were still healing. And masculine, you could have been very emotionally unavailable. You could have even communicated to these options, look, I'm still thinking about someone else. And if you didn't do that to begin with, you definitely did it afterwards when these people got the wrong impression. You did tell them what was up. And feminine, you could have been very defensive, like, I don't want anyone touching me. I don't want anyone getting close to me. No, I don't want to have a sleepover with you. No, I don't want to get into a relationship with you. I need to stay single. I need to heal. It says, I don't know how you've taken some of the things I've done. The same things would have destroyed me. This is for your ex, collective. Your ex is going to get a taste of their own medicine. And it's like they're looking at you, they're angry at you, they're jealous over you, but this is where the guilt comes from, because they know that they put you through the same thing. They don't know how you got through it. So this is telling me that the pain that they're going to be feeling, they're not even going to be able to handle it. And they're going to be looking back and questioning how you were able to get through what they put you through, because they're not able to bear the weight of it. Collective, welcome to your reading, and please keep in mind that these are general, so not every message will be for you. We're going to start with your channeled message now. So in this reading, it's also mentioning food in the channeled message. In this reading, we have cherries. Somebody is dangling a pair of cherries over their mouth, and it's like they're trying to eat them in a aesthetically pleasing way, or even in a sexual way. So kind of like dangling them in your tongue, trying to look sensual, trying to look sexy. But what ends up happening is they eat these cherries and they forget that there are seeds in them. And I see this person choking. So they're starting to choke on the seeds, and I see somebody like holding their neck, like, oh my God, I'm choking. So somebody comes to the rescue, and I see this person doing the Heimlich movement. I think that's what it's called, or is it the Heimlich method? I don't know. The thing where they kind of press your belly button and out come the cherry seeds flying into the air. But they land in the person that saved the person that's choking. Their mouth is open and the cherry seeds fly into his mouth. So now the person that came to the rescue, to the person that was choking, is now choking on the seeds themselves. So now they're choking, and I see somebody coming to their rescue, and out come the cherry seeds and flying into the next person's mouth. And so I see this repeating multiple times, like it's a constant thing. Now someone new comes in, and now they start choking on the seeds, and now someone new comes to save them, and now they get the seeds in their mouth. So it's an on and on and on cycle. And it's all traced to this one person that was not being careful. They didn't notice that there were seeds, and they were just focused on how they look. They were focused on looking good, seducing someone, or looking good to the public, or whatever. Like, it's something about looks. They were focused on how they look. They were focused on seducing someone or people. And now there's all this damage that is kind of affecting all these other people. It's almost like a new person comes in trying to save someone or trying to heal them, nurture them back to health, because they've been through some kind of pain or trauma caused by someone. But now they are getting hurt by that same trauma. It is now spreading onto them. And then the next person that comes into their life that wants to heal and, help them, now they're getting affected by the trauma from that person. Like, it's an ongoing cycle. It's trickling down multiple new people, or it could be generational. This could be talking about generational trauma. It's like, someone started off doing something careless or stupid because they just wanted to seduce someone, or they were being selfish, or they were focused on the way that they look. That's all they cared about. And now they've hurt somebody. And now someone that comes to that person's life, now that person's going to hurt them the same way. And on and on and on the cycle goes. Or it could be something that affects children and generations to come. It's like it's affecting the children. And now on and on and on the cycle goes. So it's very interesting. We're going to look at the reading and see what comes out. All right, collective. So we're going to pull some oracles for you. We've got past lives. Release your past life karma. You are an old soul with deep wisdom. Healing your past lives will raise your vibration. Okay. So we've got some past life energy here. You may even have people that you've had past lives with in this reading. Certain individuals, love interests here. And yeah, you may even have karma that you guys are playing out in this lifetime from a previous lifetime. Could be karma with several other people as well, okay? We have the energy is gaining momentum with the waxing moon. So we've got something coming in fast. It won't be much longer. It's going to come in fast. It's going to happen fast. And next we're going to pull some of these. We've got wedding rings. It says union, wedding, married, soul contract, eternal love, and everlasting promise. All right, wedding rings, and one more. We've got love call. It says someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. So this is definitely about love. We do have talk of somebody here coming forward, wanting to reach out. This is going to lead to a relationship. We do have that here in the reading. There is a relationship here, but it comes at a cost, okay? It comes at a cost. Now let's pull one of these. Excuse me. This is what it looks like. So it says, although you may be in circumstances that you would prefer not to be at this time, you're actually in a position of unrealized spiritual power. You will gain benefit from what is transpiring when the relevant learning and personal growth have been acknowledged and integrated. these circumstances will give way to a more favorable situation. Okay. So there is a situation here that's going to work in your favor, collective. It may start out in a situation where you wouldn't like to be in that situation, or it's unfavorable to you. Like you may feel like you would rather not be in a circumstance like this, but there's something about you're actually in a position of spiritual power, and this will benefit you, okay? There's something about relevant learning and personal growth that need to be acknowledged and integrated, whether it's on your end or someone else's end. So it's something along the lines of this is all working in your favor and you have no idea, but this is actually a very good thing and it's putting you in a position of power. Once certain lessons, karmic lessons, have been learned and integrated, it's actually going to work in your favor, okay? So starting off the reading, we've got an energy of someone having maybe a couple options here. We have like one path and then another path. So it's like two different people, a choice between two, maybe choosing one over the other because the Two of Wands is a choice. So you're obviously and naturally going to choose one over the other. And there's something about expressing love or expressing emotions or feelings to multiple people. There's definitely like a lot of different people here. Maybe somebody was casually dating, platonically seeing what was out there, hanging out with tons of different people, but maybe not being like fully serious to everybody. But I do see like feelings were expressed and there were illusions that were created. So you might have been, someone might have been like cutesy with someone, or a bunch of people flirting, talking every day, checking up on them. Yeah, stuff like that. And it kind of created illusions. You know, now people may feel like, oh my God, you're choosing someone over me. Oh my God, you were also dealing with this person and that person. Oh my God, you were also seeing someone else. And the reason for that is like there were a lot of illusions created and fantasy created because someone was expressing their feelings to different people. It doesn't necessarily mean that somebody was saying like, I love you to multiple people, but they may have been talking about their feelings, like opening up to certain people about maybe their life. Then another person opening up about what they want out of love. And then another person, maybe they're a little flirty. And then there's another person, maybe they talk to them every day, but it's platonic, it's not romantic. These types of things, if it's not communicated and it's not clearly stated, can create the illusion of, oh, this person, they reach out to me every day, they must be interested. Or, oh, this person is telling me about their hopes and dreams in romantic, love relationships. They must be telling me this because yada, yada, yada. Or they always talk to me. We talk every day. It must mean that they want to get to know me. There's a lot of illusions and fantasies here. There's a lot of problems here from this. Like nothing was communicated clearly. And although the King of Swords typically is someone who's a clear communicator, I kind of feel like realistically and actually, this person, this King of Swords person, which could be a masculine that you're dealing with, could be a feminine you're dealing with, could even be you. This person here is actually very emotionally detached. They are not attached to anybody. And I don't see that they have feelings for anybody. So a lot of people here, once this person makes their decision to come towards you and ask for a commitment, there are going to be a lot of people that feel hurt. They feel like they were not picked. They feel like someone picked somebody else over them because they were talking, they were expressing different feelings, different things, and these people either started fantasizing, getting a little too carried away with the possibilities, or somebody created illusions, which can be the more toxic end. There's going to be different people here. Some of you, this King of Swords may have directly played games with people's heads, maybe leading them on saying things like, oh, I really like you, or I like spending time with you, constantly talking to them, or opening up about, I look for this in a woman, or I look for this in a man, and I'm looking for this. But they're not necessarily saying, I see you as this person, or I want this with you. They're just saying, I look for this. And then people are letting it take them away in the land of fantasy. So there will be different storylines here. Some of you, they deliberately played with people. They deliberately kind of, gave the wrong impression, or they didn't give the wrong impression intentionally. They just, it's not like you try to hurt people, but sometimes people get the wrong impression, and sometimes we are to blame for that, Like, let's say you're hanging out with someone, you're going over to their house, and you're going, dinners and stuff, and they're texting you cute stuff. You may not be like reciprocating the cute, communication, but you're allowing it to happen. And when you allow this, people may get the certain impression that it is more than it is, okay? So there could be stuff like that happening here to this King of Swords, or with you, okay? Whoever you are. Now, I see that this person is doing this. They're emotionally detached. They're dealing with multiple people. They're talking to multiple people because they themselves were juggled. So here's where we get the channeled message of the cherries that are flying into everyone's mouth after them. And it's like affecting multiple people. It's like a string of heartache, a string of damage, because the one person was not thinking. They were being flirty, trying to look good, trying to like perform. Maybe they were performing. This could have even been a performance, like, oh, look at me, I'm moving on. I have multiple options in my life. I hang out with lots of people. Look at me, look at me. But now they've hurt multiple people. And they themselves could have been hurt by someone who did this to them, juggled them. Like I see someone got juggled, and someone is still healing over this. They have trust issues, and that is why they are emotionally unavailable. That's why they're detached. It's like their heart space is closed. So they deal with people for fun, but they're not serious. And this is hurting people. Okay, you could be doing this. This could be someone you're dealing with. So it happened to them. And what happened is, like, somebody may have chosen somebody over them while they were expressing love and expressing possibilities with them. And then boom, they close out the cycle and they went into a relationship, and this has hurt somebody very deeply. So this might have happened to this King of Swords. They are still healing from this, but now it's like the King of Swords is also doing it to other people. And some of you, this reading can be very mirrored. Some of you will be the Empress, and some of you will be the King of Swords. Some of you, it's the same person. You are this person, okay? But for the most part, it could be an external person, because I see a relationship happening and I see people being upset. So there's going to be at least 2 people here, and then a bunch of little external people on the outside. It's like now this, King of Swords person, or even the Empress, whoever you are, you could have had this happen to you as well. One of you could have been like juggled, and they're still healing from it. And the other, you could have been, blindsided by someone going into a relationship and choosing someone else. So both of you could have had this happen to you, but now it's almost as if both of you are doing it to other people. And you may not be meaning to do this, like I said. If you allow people to believe certain things, or you allow people to keep pursuing you, being cute with you, coming on to you, if you allow it, it gives a certain impression that you're on board, or you also want to get to know them, or you guys are seeing each other like that, and maybe it's not that way. I feel like you and them could be quite emotionally unavailable to these people. And some of you, it's these people. They're to blame. They are not thinking clearly. They're not seeing things clearly. You could have very well communicated that it's not like that. So some of you could have communicated. It's not like that. Others of you, you might have made that mistake, allowing it to continue. And now when you guys get together, there's a string of people that are very upset and very shocked, okay? So both of you were juggled. Both of you, one of you could have, maybe both of you, because I see attached to the King of Swords, was juggled. They're still healing from this. They do have trust issues, and they were juggled, and someone went into a relationship, and then this caused a tower moment. And then over here, someone else, they were not picked. Someone went to someone else. They closed things out. They went into a relationship, and this caused trust issues. So both of you had the same thing happen to you. And now both of you are sort of doing it to other people, whether it's intentional or not. I don't think it's intentional, to be honest. Okay? At least on the Empress's end, you may have not meant to do that. Could be like coming from a place of being nurturing and kind and, stable and grounded. You may have communicated facts to these people and they didn't want to listen or take it seriously, and that's on them. And some of you may have, fallen into some not so good habits of allowing certain impressions to be made. So I see that there are going to be people here that feel shut out by both of you. There were a lot of people that either were interested in you guys were talking to in any which way, maybe you were hanging out with them, and you may ghost these people to have your happiness. You may have to close cycles out with these people, and you will. You are going to be closing out cycles with these people. And these people will be shocked. They are not expecting this. They don't see this coming, or they can't believe it. Oh my God, how did they do that to me? How can they do that? Now they're with somebody. It's just causing a lot of, I guess, turmoil, disbelief. People are shocked, okay? But there's a lot of happiness to be had. You guys want this wish fulfillment. So you will ghost people that you were speaking to, expressing some kind of feelings to. And these people may feel a little juggled by you. They may feel like, how could you be also seeing someone else? Whole time you might be like, well, it wasn't anything. We were just hanging out. We didn't do anything. And others of you just weren't serious. It was kind of casual, okay? So they're going to feel juggled. They're going to feel like how you did, like not picked. And then you guys all of a sudden end up in a relationship. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Oh my God, you closed things out with me. You're picking someone else. You ghosted me. You must have been dealing with someone else. Now you're in a relationship. I feel hurt. I feel wounded. I have trust issues now. So be mindful of that. It's like, I don't know, sometimes you can't really prevent stuff like this if the person is not seeing things clearly, if you did communicate with them, or if you didn't mean to do it. People get hurt, and it's just a part of life, and we're all here to learn. We're all here to experience, and part of the human experience is pain and lessons. And so there's something about past lives here. Like, some of you could have past lives with some of these people, and it's just what was destined to happen. They might have done that to you in a different lifetime, and now they're learning something through you in this lifetime. Okay? You could have a past life with this person that you end up with. I'm also seeing a King of Swords person communicating that they are still considering a relationship with someone else. They are still going back and forth about someone that they're in separation with. And this has people feeling wounded. So there is someone here that is communicating their truth to people. It still could end up hurting people. They could still end up feeling like this is going to be something. There's so many fantasies and possibilities with this person. And then somebody bursts their bubble and they say, no, I actually don't have feelings for you like that. Or I'm not emotionally available. I am still healing from blah, 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 blah. Or I am still going back and forth about a relationship with someone else. I am still considering being in a relationship with someone that I'm in separation with, and people feel like, oh my God, how could you possibly still be hung up on this person? How could you possibly still be considering going back to them? So there are some very shocked people here. They may even feel juggled, as I said. It's like you may pump the brakes, or someone may pump the brakes with them. And then they might start dealing with you, and you might start dealing with them. And these people on the outside feel like, where did they go? Where did collective and their person go? Are they dealing with someone else? Is that why they're not speaking to me anymore? Is that why they're not hanging out with me anymore? Were they dealing with this person the whole time? And you guys may have experienced that same thought process when you guys got juggled. It's like, where did this person go? Or why did they shut me out? Or, oh my God, now they're with someone else. They must have had this person the whole time. It's weird. It's like an ongoing cycle that gets passed on from person to person to person. It may be meant to be. Maybe that's just how it works. Like, I mean, that is kind of how it works if you think about it. You know, a boy meets girl, something happens. Boy and girl are now wounded. And depending on how long they take to heal, they're either fully healed or they're not fully healed. Or they don't realize that they're still unhealed. And then they meet another boy and another girl. And then sabotage. Or they're not fully invested. Now someone's hurt. And now that person's hurt from them. And now that person goes on to meet someone new. And it kind of gets passed down. It's very interesting. And it could just be how it's like kind of like a virus or a sickness. It always comes from another person. They carry it and then they give it to someone else. They spread it. It's almost like pain is spread. It is spread into the collective from people. We are carriers of pain. Very odd message, but you know, it makes sense. So it's kind of just bringing attention and shining light that we all are carriers of pain. We all carry down trauma, pain, and lessons. It's almost to maybe not so much blame people, because now you're in their position. You know, these people that may have hurt you and your person, some of them maybe purposely did it, and others, maybe they didn't. They maybe just gave the wrong impression, let something, move a certain way, or said certain things, but didn't mean it like that. I don't know. It's just to bring attention to it. Not everybody is an evil person that means to hurt you. Now you may get to experience what it's like to be that person, because I do see both of you hurting external people. So I do see happiness here. We have wish fulfillment. We have a relationship, but we do have a lot of people down and out over this. So it's almost like have compassion, because you guys were once in their position. You know what this feels like. You know what it feels like to have people be happy and together, and you weren't picked, or they didn't, they played you or they left you, and then now they're happy with someone else. A lot of people are going to have to heal over this. Whether you meant to or not, it's still going to happen. And you know what it feels like. So have, that compassion. Now, yeah, we have a Tower moment. We have the Seven of Cups, and we have the Nine of Wands. People are not seeing this coming. There's a lot of people that were daydreaming about the two of you. Ooh, what could it be? What would it be like? What are the possibilities? Maybe we'll end up together. Maybe this is the one. But they're about to get their bubble burst, and they're about to see you together. Someone's about to see you with someone else. People are about to see you guys together. And this will cause a huge Tower moment. especially if people were not seeing things clearly. Like one of you is communicating that you do still want someone else. And then we have an Empress in the outcome. There's an Empress here, seems to be focused on her craft or her growth. And we've got a masculine who seems very either jealous, angry, they feel bad, they're burdened, they're jealous over the Empress. And there could be a masculine here who's very passionate about this Empress and they feel bad. You know, some of you will end up with someone and you could have an ex that feels very jealous over you, but they feel guilty. So they may have done it to you. So again, it's so mirrored. It's like you may have had this happen to you, so you know what it feels like. You may be inflicting this on other people, and some of those people that are getting, you know, bothered by this are the very people that did it to you. It's like you now carried that pain back onto them. So now somebody feels jealous over you, angry, possessive, but they are guilty themselves of doing this to you. Okay? You also have somebody very passionate, very attracted to you. And there's a lot of burden over this. Like people are very bothered. Because you're the top tier choice. You are the top tier option. You're the one that has it all. You're the one that is every man's dream or every woman's dream. You're also extremely loving and nurturing and affectionate. You will make your partners grow. And so people can't compete with that. There were people that were not seeing things clearly. I'm seeing that you guys may have spent some time apart with your person and people were happy about this. It's like people were happy that someone had ghosted you or you ghosted your person or someone blocked you or you blocked them. People were happy about this. So you guys were opening up to people. I see somebody here opening up to a bunch of different people, telling them what's going on in their life, what's happening in their relationship. Oh, someone ghosted me or I blocked them. We're not speaking anymore, and people were happy about this. And these very people were excited, dreaming, oh, maybe now I can have a chance with this person. Maybe now I can be with them. This is meant to be. So people were not seeing things clearly, and they were quite happy to hear about this. And it's like they started dreaming and fantasizing. It's because you guys were in separation. But it's like as the time goes by, I hear somebody saying, no, I don't feel that way about you. I'm emotionally unavailable. I'm still going back and forth about this person that I'm in separation with. I'm still considering going back and working things out with them. I still kind of want to be with them. And people are like, how could you? How could you still want them? Well, I do see that they are an Empress. Some of you are dealing with Empresses. Some of you are dealing with King of Swords. They're very analytical. They're witty. They're charming. They communicate really well. They could be very intelligent, and maybe you like that. You know, others of you are masculines. You're dealing with an Empress. She has all the traits. She's intelligent and good with communicating too, but she's nurturing, loving, kind, understanding, balanced, grounded, stable, and sexy. She's everything. And people are just hurt. It's like, how could you? How could you still want this person? This masculine over here, it's like they're very blocked, emotionally blocked since you left their life. You left their life. You guys got into some kind of separation. Who blocked who? I don't know. Who ghosted who? I don't know. But this person was not the same, and they were not emotionally available to anyone. They may have chatted with people, they may have talked with people, they may have hung out with people, but it wasn't like that. Some of them maybe tried to put on a show, so that's where they fucked up, because now they're hurting people. And some of you may have done the same thing. Maybe you hung out with someone. I see that if you are the Empress, you could also have multiple people that were hoping for more, but you could have specifically someone who's jealous and angry. You know, they're jealous and angry. They don't like this. They're bothered. They're bothered by you, Empress. So they could be bothered by another masculine being with you because they wanted you. Or there's another masculine here that could be an ex that feels guilty because now he knows what he made you feel. He feels it now. He knows he did that to you, and now he gets to feel it. So he feels guilty. He's mad, he's jealous, but he's guilty. Could be the same thing if you're a masculine. You could have a feminine that's also, you know, angry and jealous. Oh, how could you do this? But they did it to you. And they're guilty of that, and they know it. They may have very well led you on, told you what you wanted to hear, but they were also doing it with multiple other people. Maybe that's where the energy comes from. It's from the exes. They did that to you. They did that to the Empress. They did that to the King of Swords. They deliberately played games and played with multiple people. And so they're mad and they're angry now because some of you may have done it back to them, or you're just simply showing them how it feels and they don't like it. All right, you guys, so let's get some external energies. Ooh, we have the Nine of Wands. So again, yeah, there's a lot of defensiveness here. People feel wounded. They feel hurt. They feel defensive. How could you? How could you still want this person, or how could you go back to them? The Nine of Pentacles. It's like they wanted someone to stay single. They wanted you to be single. They thought you were single. Some of you were single, but you're reconciling with someone that you want to be with. We have the Star, wish fulfillment, healing. There's something about, also, this could be your person, but they felt very defensive the whole time they were single because they needed to heal. So it's kind of giving light to the fact that maybe you guys didn't necessarily play games with anybody. You didn't necessarily lead anybody on. You may have hung out with people. You may have talked with different people. But it wasn't like that because you guys were both very defensive. Empress, you could have been defensive because you were still healing. And masculine, you could have been very emotionally unavailable. You could have even communicated to these options, look, I'm still thinking about someone else. And if you didn't do that to begin with, you definitely did it afterwards when these people got the wrong impression. You did tell them what was up. And feminine, you could have been very defensive, like, I don't want anyone touching me. I don't want anyone getting close to me. No, I don't want to have a sleepover with you. No, I don't want to get into a relationship with you. I need to stay single. I need to heal. Both of you could have communicated this with people, okay? Or you just showed it with your actions. Your energy speaks for itself. It's like, I am not ready for that. And the Six of Cups. Yeah, it's like you guys were still thinking about the past person. When you guys hung out with other people, you were missing each other. You were still needing to heal. So you still very much clung on to each other. You guys wanted each other. And you just were not emotionally open to anybody else. So whether they took it the wrong way and thought that it could be more than it was, it wasn't like that. So it kind of just shows that even if you don't mean to hurt people the way that you've been hurt, you can still inflict that pain on other people. It's something about a higher consciousness, a higher way to look at it. Instead of blaming people, you hurt me, you're a POS, you can think of it as, you know what, it's a natural part of life. This is a human experience. I must have signed up for this experience with this person. We probably have a past life contract. And, you know, I don't even mean to do it to other people. And I'm still doing it to other people. So it's kind of like a greater understanding of pain being inflicted on us, that it is meant to be, and it's very destined, and it's very spiritual when people inflict pain on us, whether it's intentional or non-intentional. And pain will continue to travel and spread into the collective because that's what it's meant to do. Pain is our greatest teacher. It's our greatest lesson, and it's very necessary. That's how we learn, evolve, and grow and heal. Pain is sacred. And so even if you try your best to not inflict it on others, universe will find a way for you to carry that pain and, inflict it on people without even trying. You didn't even try. Some of you even communicated, hey, I'm still thinking about someone else. You didn't come on to them. You were very defensive. You didn't want them to touch you, or you said no. And these people still got in la la land, and they still ended up brokenhearted. So sometimes you really have no control, because we aren't in control. Divine is in control. We think we have control, and some of us have free will. We're very stubborn and we may resist, but in the end we pay for it because we're not the ones in control. God and universe is. So yeah, it's kind of like a higher way to look at pain, that it is sacred and it is a blessing, even though it may not feel that way. Actions and intentions. So in their actions, they wanted to grow. They want to grow with you, and these external people wanted to grow with you as well. It's like they wanted to take the Empress's place on the masculine side. These females thought they could take your place, and they wanted to end things so that they can start something new. So if you have any meddlers or people trying to interfere, this is why they wanted to take the Empress's place, and they wanted to close out that old chapter and, start something new with the masculine. Now for the feminines, this person or these people that wanted more, they wanted to grow with you. They see you as someone that they could grow with, have children with. Like, some of you communicated what you want in life. You communicated what you look for in a person and what you want. You weren't necessarily saying that that person that you're talking to is that. You didn't. You just said, I want to be married, and I want a family, and I want children one day. You might have said something along that line. And these people, ooh la la, the possibilities, I could have that with this person. And it's not that you necessarily meant it that way. You just were talking. This person up here, the masculine, was just talking to them. And it's like these people took it the wrong way. It's like, oh, he's telling me that he's no longer with that other person. He's saying something to me. And it's like, no, he's actually just opening up to you as a friend. Maybe this person needs someone to talk to. And on the feminine side, you may have been like, I want this, I want that, I want children. And this masculine or these people were like, ooh la la, the possibilities. Maybe I'll have that with this person. Same thing. It's like, no, it wasn't like that. I am quite defensive. I want to be single. I need to heal. I'm still thinking about the past person. Both of you may have, quite frankly, communicated this to these people. You might have told them where you're at. Like, look, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for something. I'm not wanting to be in a relationship. I need to heal. So these people misread the situation. Some of you, you're not innocent. Maybe you allowed these people to continue pursuing you, and you might have known that they liked you like that. So that's where you guys can look at yourselves and be like, I've hurt some people. I didn't mean to. Maybe I could have done things differently. Okay? Let's get some damaged confessions. We've got, you're too good for someone like me. So there could have been an energy in the past with your person that they felt unworthy. They didn't feel good enough, and maybe that's why you guys separated. Someone could have sabotaged, they didn't feel good enough, and it could have been because they were healing this wound of being not chosen, left, juggled, or cheated on. They definitely had some wounds here. So they had a lot of mistrust. And you might be an Empress, you might be a King of Swords, you're intelligent, you're witty, you're attractive, you're smart, or you're beautiful, you have everything that, men want. You're talented, you're successful, you're beautiful, smart, sexy, everything. And you or your person might have felt like, I don't trust that this person would be interested in me. I don't trust that this person would be loyal to me. I don't trust that they can be faithful, because they were cheated on. Okay, so someone may have not felt good enough. I miss your embrace, but they miss you. They really miss you. They miss your love. They miss your embrace. They miss your energy. Someone misses being in your arms, masculine. They miss the way that you used to wrap your arms around them. Maybe the way that you guys would fall asleep together. The way your arms felt. And feminine, someone just misses holding you. They miss feeling your small body against their chest or their arms around you. They miss that. They miss the way that you used to touch them or feel them or whatever. Like they miss that physical intimacy, the physical affection, and the physical touch. You're unmoved. It frustrates the hell out of me. It says standing in your power, self-esteem intact, confidence still standing, and games not working. So somebody here is a little frustrated because one of you is quite stubborn. Actually, you know what? Both of you could be quite stubborn. Especially the Empress, you know your worth. So if someone sabotaged, abandoned, ghosted you, you're not going to chase that. You're not going to be chasing that. You know your worth. And that could be why there's a masculine here that is like very passionate for this Empress, but at the same time, they're a little mad, they're a little pissed off because they feel burdened. They either feel guilty for the way they treated you or talked to you, something that they did, or they just feel very stressed and burdened and weighed down by the fact that you're not coming to them. So Empress, you have multiple masculines here frustrated with you. You could be a very frustrating person, Empress, because you're strong. You have strong boundaries. You love yourself and you will walk away if you have to. And no, you're not going to chase. You're not going to beg people to work on it with you. You may be the bigger person. You're nurturing, you're kind, you're loving. So you will try. But if someone makes you feel unwanted, or they speak to you any kind of way, treat you any kind of way, or there is a blatant lack of honesty, accountability, clarity, you will walk away. You're not going to deal with arrogance, ego, pride. And so you have multiple masculines that are frustrated with you. You've got, could be an external person that you were spending time with that is angry and jealous if you end up with someone else. You have an ex that is jealous over you, but they're angry, but they also feel guilty because they did that to you. And you have a person who wants you. They're really passionate for you. They want you really bad, but you're not coming to them. And so it burdens them. It stresses them out. They're annoyed. They may have even played a game here. The King of Swords can be analytical, a strategist. They're a master of the mind and manipulation when it comes to the mind and the thoughts. Manipulation through words. So they could have played a game. Let me make the Empress come to me. But the Empress isn't doing that. It says, I don't know how you've taken some of the things I've done. The same things would have destroyed me. This is for your ex, collective. Your ex is going to get a taste of their own medicine. And it's like they're looking at you. They're angry at you. They're jealous over you. But this is where the guilt comes from. Because they know that they put you through the same thing. They don't know how you got through it. So this is telling me that the pain that they're going to be feeling, they're not even going to be able to handle it. And they're going to be looking back and questioning how you were able to get through what they put you through, because they're not able to bear the weight of it. Now that they're experiencing the same pain and the same treatment, they can't handle it. So they're wondering how did collective heal through this? How were they able to just seem unbothered, or they loved themselves and they walked away? How could they have lived through this? I can't handle it. The pain, it's too much. So it's destroying them. They feel destroyed, but they did it to you. So they don't know how you got through it. Your energy is like home to me, and I'm homesick. So collective, you have multiple people seeing you as their comfort zone. They see you as home. You have this beautiful, comfortable energy. So this could be for the Empress. You're very comforting to people, and people feel at home around you. So they miss your energy. People miss you. And we have, there is nobody else out there like you. Exactly, collective. Most likely this is a reading for my collective of Empresses, but it can always be for the other end. We can have Empresses that are masculines. Okay. So yeah, it's like, you know, these people, they're not able to find anyone else out there like you. Someone may have talked to other people, hung out with other people, but nobody was you. And they were not emotionally available to these people. They have been going back and forth about you this whole time. And now everybody knows it because they've communicated that. And some of you communicated to your, you know, little casual friends. Hey, I'm still healing. I'm defensive. I want to stay single. I need to heal. I'm still thinking about the past person. Okay, both of you, you did the right thing. You communicated, but maybe you didn't do that right away. In a, you know, obviously we don't want to be rude. And someone's like, hey, we should hang out. It's not like we immediately want to tell them, nothing's going to happen between us, just so you know. I'm still thinking about my ex, or that's not something typically that people want to say day one. Because we don't even know what that person's intentions is, if they're serious or what. But also, I think partly we don't want to ruin a chance to potentially move on, right? It's like, well, I am technically single, or it didn't work out with my ex. I don't know if I'll ever end up with them. I don't know if they'll change. I don't know if... So let me be open to new people and just see how it goes. But yeah, that's how you hurt people. And sometimes it's unavoidable. So it's a good idea to not judge and curse people out, you know, that have hurt you, because we're all on a different journey. We're all learning. We're all human, and we all make mistakes. And some of us do it purposely, and some of us don't. It doesn't mean that we're not capable. We're not all capable of hurting people. We are, and it happens. It's an everyday thing. So it's just like a greater understanding of it. So now let's take a look at your independent energy. Independent energy for my collective. We have the Devil, so there's a lot of obsession around you. The Four of Wands, someone is very obsessed with being with you. They want something stable. They want something domestic. They want to live together. They want a family with you. They want a stable relationship with you. And so here they come. They are going to communicate this. They could be obsessing with how they're going to communicate this to you. Don't forget, we have love call. It says someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. So someone is going to come forward with communication about their intentions, about how they want you. They want to be with you. They're sorry. They don't want to be apart from you anymore, etc., etc. So they're obsessing because they want to be with you. They want a relationship, and they need to tell you this. And they need to communicate something to move forward with you. So they're obsessing about it. How am I going to communicate with collective? What am I going to say? How am I going to say it? I need to explain myself. I need to apologize. I need to take accountability. How am I going to do that? How am I going to get the outcome that I want with collective? Some of you as masculines, you're the one obsessing about doing this. The Tower. It may come very suddenly. You may not be expecting. They may even call you suddenly. You may just get a phone call and you may answer it and you may be shocked that it's them. And the Two of Wands, we have a choice. And then we have the Ace of Wands. You are going to choose this new beginning. You will choose to have a new beginning. Some of you, you may be talking to someone at the time. You may be hanging out with someone at the time. And you're going to have to make a choice, okay? So just be aware that there may be someone who's very hurt, very angry. They may feel played by you. There's not much you can do, you know. You can be honest with them, communicate, and just be respectful to that person. But, you know, you can't just not follow your heart or be with the person that you want to be with at the same time. Learn from it. You know, if you know that you're still wanting someone else, maybe take extra time to heal, because they may come back. And some of you, it doesn't matter which way you do it. Some of you did spend a long time healing and defensive, and maybe it's been so long that it is time for you to move on with your life. Even though you may still want someone, you may still pine after them, or you may still hope that they come back, you have to move on with your life. So you may be talking to someone else, hanging out with someone else, or you're not, and you're just needing to make a decision. You're going to choose to go with this person. You love them. You do love this person. And we have the Hermit, the Hierophant, the Commitment card, the Four of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Yeah, especially my Empresses, you may have someone that you're talking to. Maybe you were hanging out with them, something about collabing with the King of Wands, and this person is going to need to heal because they wanted more with you. They were hoping that this would develop into more, but unfortunately it looks like you're going to choose the person that you love. Okay, so you're going to pull back from somebody else and you're going to choose to commit to the person that you love. All right, so sometimes you can't do anything about it. It's meant to be. This could be a karmic contract you have with that person. Pain is sacred. Remember that. And when we die, which we all die at some point, all the nasty stuff goes away, and it's just love, and it's just soul recognition. So as much as we can hate each other and resent each other and never want to speak to each other again, when you lose that person, they cross over, it's like it's nothing left but love. It's their soul. It's pure, and yeah, it's all love. Even your enemies, they are souls that love you. That's why they have chosen the role to be your enemy or your greatest op or your abuser, because it all comes from a place of love. They signed up, let me be that person that teaches you that lesson. Let it be me, because I love you. So I know this is corny, but this is what's coming through, you guys. It's a very spiritual reading, and it is about how pain is sacred, and just to look at it from a higher point of view. All right, so let's take a look at your blessings. Blessings for my collective. We have finances improving. It says paying you back, refund, donor, sponsor, sales, applications, getting out of debt, and receiving money. So some of you guys will be receiving money, and it's going to improve your finances. You may get out of debt. You may pay back some loans, or you may receive money that was owed to you. And then we have lucky delay. It says things being delayed for a good reason, lucky circumstance, realizing why it had to happen, and serendipity. This is exactly like this card here, the Vishamata. It says, although you may be in a circumstance that you would rather prefer not to be in at this time, you are actually in a position of unrealized spiritual power. You will gain benefit from what is transpiring. This is why it needed to be delayed, or this is why it all happened. You're going to find out, and it's actually going to benefit you, and it's going to be a huge blessing. And it will become clear to you, okay? And then we have laser focus. It says laser-like focus on your tasks, motivation, clear mind, getting more done, bringing in abundance and completion, and proactive and accomplished. There you go. You guys are going to have laser-like focus on your tasks. So it's going to bring in a lot of motivation to complete things, to get things done. Maybe you lacked focus. Maybe you lacked motivation and passion in something. You're going to get it back. And we have this one as well, finding the right expert. So help from the right expert, business, home, car, school, or finance, or even health. Could be a health expert. It says the right piece of information is revealed. So if you needed help with anything, could be health, finances, home, could be therapy, could be anything, a lawyer, you are going to find the right expert, and they're going to give you all the information that you need to fix your situation or to help you grow in your situation, whatever it is that you needed this expertise from. Okay? Beautiful. So that is your reading. I hope that this resonated for you, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Hit the bell so you can be notified when I post a new video.